What's up, guys? This is Linthio coming at you with a video, a comparison video about kind of discussion on Pinpoint Guard, which is a new card that came out in Lord of Tachyon Galaxy about a week ago. Now, I really like this card. This is fastly becoming one of my favourite trap cards in the game, and there are many reasons why, which I'll go over. But whenever I speak to people about this card, they always compare it to Call of the Haunted because it's very similar. Now I'm going to kind of go over the similarities and kind of just do a comparison on both of the cards for people who, might not know much about Pinpoint Guard and so on and so forth. So basically, Pinpoint Guard is a trap card that has the following effect. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in face-up defense position. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn. So basically, when they declare an attack, you can activate this card. You special summon one level 4 or lower, and yeah, it's immune from battle or card effects for that turn. So personally, I think that's a really good effect. Obviously, it fits very well in level 4 XYZ decks or anything that revolves around level 4 or lowers. Now, what are the advantages of this card? Basically, the advantage is they can't chain MST to it, for example. So with Call the Haunted, if you activate Call the Haunted, then they chain MST. Obviously, that fizzles and you don't get the monster. So if they chain MST to the activation of Pinpoint Guard still goes through and the monster comes out. So yeah, that's all good. When it's the kind of restrictions are it's only level 4 or lower, so you can't go for your big boss monsters, and it's only when they declare an attack, so it is vulnerable to effects that, for example, your opponent cannot activate cards until the end of damage step or until the end of turn or whatever cards that have those effects. They kind of well, I can't really remember them at this current moment in time. But yeah, so that's basically the main point of the card. If we now compare it to Call the Haunted, I'm sure you all know what Call the Haunted does, but if you don't, Call the Haunted is target one monster in your graveyard. So both of them target, so they're both susceptible to, like, DD Crow, for example. Target one monster in your grave. Special summon that target in face-up attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When the target is destroyed, destroy this card. So ups to Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted, you can activate at any point, as long as it's obviously been set, in either player's turn, obviously. And you can special summon any level, basically, and rank. So you can special summon level 4, 1 to level whatever you want, or it can also get back ranks. So in that essence, it's a lot more flexible. As I previously said, the downside is that it can be chained. MST can be chained to destroy it, to basically stop the effect going through. So yeah, as I said before, Pinpoint Guard has one over on that. Excuse me, because this is a continuous trap, and Pinpoint Guard is only an activation. So, where would you use Call the Haunted, and where would you use Pinpoint Guard? Pinpoint Guard, in my opinion, is decks that revolve around your level 4 or lowers that you need to kind of get off your effects. So it's the whole point of the deck. So for example, if I take Noble Knights as an example of this, you Pinpoint Guard, your most likely target would be Medrort. If you don't know what Medrort is kind of one of the main monsters in the deck that if you don't have Medrort, you're gonna, you're not dead in the water, but it's very difficult to kind of get the deck going. So if they've stopped Pinpoint Guard, if they've stopped Medrort in any way, shape or form in your turn, you can set your Pinpoint Guard, and once they attack, basically get Medrort back for guaranteed monster. For a guaranteed monster next turn. Whether or not they maybe compulse that monster in their turn or your turn, for example, or they somehow kill that monster in your turn, that's down to them. But you know that you're kind of sitting on saying, okay, unless they now try and do more, that, I'm still, for example, they could really go all out and try and get rid of that monster in your turn, but you still have that normal summon. You can still possibly make plays just because they're trying to get rid of a monster you've summoned in their turn that can't die in their turn. So it's a really good card in that essence, in my opinion, because it gives them a little bit of a headache, and it also basically is like where Call the Haunted, you might not be able to survive if they're trying to OTK you. You might try and go for a big monster, you might not have it. Has to go in attack position, so they might be able to punch over it. With Pinpoint Guard, you can basically, unless they stop the activation of the card, they can't OTK you, because you basically got, it comes in defense as well, so you're not even, unless they've got a piercer like Gaia Dragon, for example, they're not going to be able to kill you that turn by battle, for example. So, it's a really, really cool card. I really do like it. I've been testing it a lot in my Noble Knights, because obviously I do have that deck. That deck profile will be coming up shortly. It works really well. It allows you to set up nicely for my draw, or even just get that light on the fields, to get like Gawing on the go, or things like that. It's just a really good card, in my opinion. I think it's really good. Whereas Call of Haunted is obviously a very good card, but it's very dependent on what deck you're running. Now, do I think Pinpoint Guard will replace Call of Haunted? No, I don't, because although they have very similar effects, they're used in completely different decks. Call of Haunted hasn't really seen that much play, to be honest, because of the mass amount of back row with the mass amount of MSTs and Night Beams, for example, and obviously Heavy Storm's card. It hasn't seen that much play, meta wise anyway, and I do believe that it is obviously still a good card, but just people don't play it. It's at 3 now, and people just don't play it at all. Some people feel it's too slow, basically. It's too much of a slow card that it doesn't really benefit you in that way, in a good way. Whereas Pinpoint Guards, people haven't really used it, they haven't tested it, and come on, look, it's got Beaver Warrior in the background, hiding behind number whatever that is. I'm pretty sure that's the XYZ number hand thing that negates effects. But basically, yeah. So if you want a bit of trivia, I suppose that could be an interesting one. No. But yeah, so that's basically it, guys. Tell me what you think of this card. And do you think Pinpoint Guard will see any meta play? Do you think it's just going to be for decks that need that little bit of support, like Noble Knights, or just those random decks might be used in, I don't know, Bubble Beat? Who knows? Just get that Stratos out as they attack and get that search. That would be very nice. You could always try it in Bubble Beat, just to get anything back. But yeah, if you tell me what you think of this card, what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you not? Would you consider testing it or not? But yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And cheers, guys. Thank you very much.